All right. We're gonna go over here across the street, y'all. Cross the street, look safely both ways. Do you see where we're at? Howdy. New York State Education Building, Albany. New York State Education Building in Albany, New York. This place is gigantic. New York State Education Building in Albany. Hello. We're gonna get some shares out there. How's it going? Y'all know me. Lance from upstate. Sending some shares out. We are in Albany, New York, the capital of Albany. Albany, New York. It's myself and Indios. $369. How's it going? Howdy. How's it going? Send out a bunch of invites here. This place is wild. I've made videos about here before. Yeah, we got some sun here. How's it going, y'all? I appreciate y'all stopping in. I'm just sending out a bunch of invites here. But I am with Indios 369. We're in Albany, New York, the capital here. Behind me is the New York State Education Building. You've seen me do videos on this place before. I did one recently. I think that video's at about 35,000 views. But this place is gigantic. Giant Corinthian columns up there. There's Indios 369 down there. You can see him. There he is. But these columns are huge, y'all. And you're going to tell me that this place is not. Look, I mean, come on. Let's get up here. We'll see how big this is. I know some people are doing some stuff over here. I don't want to be rude to them. Certainly not going to be rude. I appreciate y'all. We got 12 people watching right now. If you can please share this out. Myself and Indios 369. We're going to be live here in Albany for a while. All right, but I don't think you guys understand the context of these columns. How big they are. You see how big they are? Gigantic. See the size of these columns? They're huge columns. Look at how many there are. And these things. I mean, look. Come on, get out of here. Do you see the size of this? And then look all the way up top. Come on. All right, I'm gonna turn this camera around, all right? And you guys will be able to see for yourselves. Look at the detail all the way up. All blue, look at that. And you see how big this column is, okay? How gigantic this column is compared to me. I'm 6 foot tall, pretty broad-shouldered guy, you know what I'm saying? These are gigantic, and there's how many of them right here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. At least 12 or 13 I can see over there. Yeah, oh, it's gorgeous, all right. And this is the New York State Education Building. The New York State Education Building here in Albany. This is right across the street from this castle right here. That is the New York State Capitol. The New York State Capitol. Giant castle. Gigantic castle here. And the capital of the Empire State. The Empire State. What kind of pattern do we have up there? Can you see it? Little keyhole pattern up there. Look at those lights. And then see all we got going on up there? That's so incredible. Look at that. Yes. Look at these colors here. Wow. Yeah, no, it's incredibly beautiful. If you don't know who I am, please go watch the first 3 pinned videos on my page. I am Lance from upstate. Combat veteran, retired detective and sergeant. I quit to expose the truth. I am a truther for entertainment purposes only, of course, TikTok. Old world vibes. Old world vibes. All along the Empire State and the Roman Empire. Look at seashell deities all along the bottom, right? And then you have these crosses. These crosses, so that is for entertainment purposes only, crossed Freemason. Seashell deities, what's that? Venus, scallop shells, oyster shells. So just around there. I don't think you realize like how. I'm gonna set this down for a second. So my camera doesn't get too windy. Here we go. Can you see how big this is? I mean, these things are gigantic. Gigantic. Absolutely wild. Yeah, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. New York State Education Building. Yeah, do a little research on this one. I posted a video about this place recently. I don't know, it's up to 35,000 views or so. That video is monetized, so if you could watch it, like it, share it, that'd really help me out a lot. Look at this. Let's see where the cornerstone is. So, again, I did a video about this. I do videos about so many different places that I don't keep track of all of the dates. But I mean, look at, so there's so much around here. I'm in Albany, New York. Albany, New York. This is the capital. It was referred to as New Amsterdam. Prior to that, it was Fort Orange. Fort Orange was a star fort. A star fort. Oh, really? Even artwork inside. That's interesting. So there's Indios 369 right there. This place was a museum, and there were a lot of documents in here. And then there was suspiciously a fire that occurred, and all those documents were destroyed. You can look that up for yourself. Yes, truly blessed. These buildings are all over the world. I know we got a lot of people coming in and out of here. Whereabouts is everybody watching from? Let me know where you're watching from. We're in Albany, New York today. Albany, New York. This is the New York State Capitol here. New York State Capitol. Absolutely wild. But these Corinthian columns are wild. What do we got? Western Massachusetts. Awesome. Utah. I spent a lot of time in Western Mass. Pitbull Mama, Saratoga. I film a lot in Saratoga. Jessica, my lady in Greenwich, I appreciate you. Brandon, 15 minutes up 787, so you're familiar. Roadmap, Tennessee. What is going on? New Orleans, New Orleans. So I've been doing a lot of research behind the fleur de lis and with the French military and how the French military has originations in our military. Adirondacks, upstate, right on. I spent a lot of time in the Dax, bro. Zeke 79, 30 minutes away. New Bedford, Mass. Truly blessed. I will definitely check that out. Alexander Konjic, Slovenia. You're from Slovenia? Listen, when I was overseas in Afghanistan, when I was overseas, I was with the Slovenians. I worked with the Slovenians, actually. Dude, last name Arsh, is in the Slovenian army. I went out and trained with their snipers and stuff. Utica. Pitbull, Mama, I appreciate you so incredibly much. Darwin, Australia. We got lots of people from Australia. Versailles, Kentucky. King Tutski. Yes, Kentucky. Yes. June Gemini. I definitely believe in the mud flood, and there's evidence all over New York. Look at the size of this. I can't remember how many feet long this is. It's something ridiculously gigantic, I can tell you that. I did a video about this. It is on my page. If y'all haven't watched my videos, please go watch the 3 pinned videos on my page. It tells you exactly who I am. If you could share this, give me a heart, follow, watch my videos all the way through. It helps tremendously, tremendously. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you? What do you think of this place? It is. I appreciate y'all sharing this out. Thank you so incredibly much. Caro, New York. Caro. A lot of Egyptian ties, you know? Harmony, North Carolina. I'm going to be in North Carolina in a few weeks, actually. Mahapek. KP, is that downstate? Adriana, thank you so much for the hearts. I appreciate you all. Look at that up there. So the State Education Building, New York State Education Building. I mean, come on. Putnam County. No, this is wild. Holy healer. Yes. Wait till I show you the Nephilim doors down there. There's Nephilim doors, legit Nephilim doors down there. I mean, I'm going to be all over North Carolina. But going down, my brother TJ and my stepdad, we're going down there. But I got to show you guys how big these columns are again. I'm going to set my camera up and I'm going to walk up so you guys can see how wildly big these things are. I think it might be better this way. It doesn't even show it in context. You guys see how big these things are? Like, that's wild. Wild. Seashell deities. I mean, and it's just, oh, speaking of the fleur de lis, that looks like the fleur de lis right there. Literally does. That looks like the fleur de lis. Right there. Yeah. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Please share this out, y'all. Share this out for me. We got almost 200 people watching live right now. So you see the size of these columns, okay? Look how many of them there are. Gigantic. And I mean the detail, the absolute detail. And then we know this pattern, right? Where does this pattern come up? Where does that pattern come up, eh? I mean, look at that. Come on now. Come on. And then they got the New York State Castle. That's the Capitol over there. That's the Capitol building. The capital of New York State. The Empire State here. The Empire State here. Oh yeah, no, they were definitely a lot more efficient with their horse and carriages back there one stop. Way more efficient. Let's see, I'm sorry getting caught up here on the comments. Tanya, yeah, Indios is around here somewhere. He was just walking by. Indios is with me somewhere here. Epstein. I appreciate all the follows, all the love. I appreciate it very much so. Thank you. If you don't know who I am, please go watch the first 3 pinned videos on my profile. You'll see who I am. On the hunt for truth out here for entertainment purposes only, TikTok. But the New York State Education Building in Albany, New York is just absolutely wild. Wild, wild. And then you have this giant castle over here. Yeah, Jess, they use pulley and levers, all right. They're pulling our chain is what they're doing. They're pulling our chain. I mean, look at that. Bobby Moon, yeah, they worked harder, I guess so. I've been involved with construction my whole life. I understand logistics. I understand attention to detail. I am an expert in observation, all joking aside. And this is all repeated patterns. And patterns that they're built upon thrones of lies. Thrones of lies. Love life, literally. I love you. I appreciate you. June Gemini, thank you. Bobby Moon. Yeah, no, men were definitely tough back then. I'm not denying that. We're still tough, though. When were these built? This was built in the early 1900s, completed. I don't know where the cornerstone is. I did a video on this one already. So you can see, we're already on the slant here, right? The slope. Look at this slope. Look at that slope, all right? So we're talking about mud flood stuff, right? Mud flood. There's the slope. This is the New York State Capitol. This is the New York State Capitol. Okay, New York State Capitol. New York State Education Building. This was once a museum, and it had a suspicious fire, and a lot of artifacts. Art is fact. Artifacts were burned and lost. Huge, giant columns. Yeah, Bobby Moon. Yeah, I build buildings with giant arches that are into hillsides like that too. The law of four corners shows that it doesn't matter. That lowest corner there has to be even with this corner no matter what. The law of four corners. I'm about to show you all these Nephilim doors. These Nephilim and horse rider doors. Oh yes. Oh yes. I'm gonna flip this camera around real quick. Okay. Here we go. We should get some good comments from this one. Hello! How tall is that? How tall is that? All right, so I'm over 6 foot tall. Nothing to see here, okay? I'm over 6 foot tall. I'm gonna put this down a little bit. There's not one of these doors here, there's 3 of them. Look at this. Come on. You see that? So there's 1, 2, 3. 3 of these doors. Yeah, giant furniture. Yeah, this is for when you're when Shaquille O'Neal comes over on his stilts. This is where 12 foot, I guess it's 12 foot. It's double my height, at least double my height. At least double my height. Eyes wide open. I'm actually from Washington County. Please go check out some of my videos. Newark, Newark. Right on, right on. Yeah, no, this has got to be 14 feet high. At least. Alright, so I'm 6 foot tall. Let's see, 6 foot to there. That's got to be 15, 16 feet tall. At least 15, 16 feet tall. Stand Firm 101, Buffalo. Lots of stuff in Buffalo. Do those doors open? I'm not going to open them. Atlantean buildings, yeah. Kimberkiss, Atlantean, yes. Loves life literally. Yeah, I'm trying to give the truth out. Dreadful 2124 Lake George. Greg Generation X brother, what's going on? Count the circles. What, those circles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 circles. Semper Fi from Detroit. Hey, I appreciate your service. Thank you so incredibly much for your service. Papa of 3 boys, I love you, brother. Thank you. Fort Morgan, Alabama fort. Huh, that's interesting. Fort Morgan. Check out these Luciferian torches here. We got a lion there. It looks like the Lion of Judah. Does that look like the Lion of Judah? Lion of Judah, maybe. Lion of Judah. Asking for a friend. Asking for a friend. Lion for the tribe of Judah. Oh, what's that? That is definitely... Come on, that's a pineal. That's a pine cone. Pineal pine cone, right? Bottom of this torch, lion on there, okay? From your foot to top of the door. Good morning from Alabama. Fort Morgan, Alabama. Papa of 3 boys. All right, Fort Morgan, Alabama. Is that close to you? Hey, Loves Life literally. You're on YouTube? Send me, I'm on YouTube as well. Why don't you give me a follow on YouTube and I'll check out your stuff. But look at this. So more of those giant columns up there. All right. So where I was, how much of a difference is that on an angle? Where's Indios? Indios is around here somewhere. Indios is here somewhere. So look at this. From where I was standing on top of there all the way down there. Ah, Lumerian. Oh, that's 6 hours south of you? Fort Morgan is? Yeah, follow me up for sure. I mean, this stuff is absolutely wild. I love Indios too. Indios is amazing. My homie, he's around here somewhere. It's around here somewhere. I mean, look at those Nephilim doors though. I mean, so there's 1, 2, 3 of those. These columns Oh, the Egg Theater? Yeah, no, the Egg Theater, the acoustics there. It's pretty awesome. We have almost 300 people watching live right now. Yeah, you would think I'm in Egypt. No, I am on, for entertainment purposes only, I'm in biblical Babylon here in New York, the East Coast. You know, Elon Musk comes out and talks about how Egypt is located in Nashville. You can look that up yourself, but I believe biblically, for entertainment purposes only, that it happened here. I mean, look at this stuff. Tanya, thank you so very much. Gail, yes, absolutely. I'm sorry if it's windy. What happened to the pyramid? What about the pyramid? I don't know where Indios is. I'm gonna cross very safely here, TikTok. Nashville, Parthenon. Well, that's interesting. Amy's Jungle, hello. Boston, I filmed a bunch of videos in Boston. You can go check my page. I have more content to edit from there as well. So here's the Capitol. Do you see how big this is? Do you see how big this is? I'm gonna turn this camera around so you can see how big these arches are, all right? So New York State Education Building. I'm gonna flip this camera around, okay? Playing Russian roulette, leaving my phone out in the open. You see this? These arches, okay? Look at this. All right, and there's, I don't know how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 or 7 right through here. And then you want to talk about, this is in Albany, capital of New York, okay? Albany. New York State Education Building, all right? Boston, UK. I love y'all. Please give me a follow. Please go and like and support my stuff. If you can go watch my 3 pinned videos on my page, you'll see who I am. But, all right, so we're talking about deities, all right? What's around the neck? Pearls. Pearl necklace, right? Pearl necklace, looks like. We got here, part of a crest you can't see. All right, this is interesting. We're talking about Freemason. Freemason? Checker pattern. Checker pattern. Checker pattern. Freemason checker patterns, right? Oh, more seashell deities. Seashell? Seashell deities? So these are all different. All these columns, all right? So then, we have that one. The hair there, and then look at the pearls on the necklace. We have another one right here. That is a crest, but it's got Freemason symbolism on it. Okay, so you just saw the face on that side. Look at that face. And compare that with this face. Completely different face. So those are 3 different faces so far. Pearls are said to put off negative vibes. Who said that, Camden? I've never heard that before. The seashells signify like Venus, but if you look up the scallop shell and the oyster shell, just like with the obelisks in Osiris, the obelisk being the shaft, this is all very perverse, okay? And it's the perversion of body parts through obelisks being the shaft and the seashells being the female anatomy, okay? No, so user 719800. No, it's insane craftsmanship. It's beautiful craftsmanship. So all these. So then again, that's a different face. That's a different face. More checkerboard pattern right here. Okay, and that's a completely different seal. Now, what makes me mad about this? When was it built? I'd like to get up and show you the official narrative on it, but much like all of these places I come to recently, you can't go in the courtyard, all right? So I'm walking around it here. I haven't made any videos about this yet. I made videos about the New York State Education Building. So those doors, I just showed you, those doors right there are about 15, 16 feet tall. I just stood under there. Love's Life, literally. No, seriously, I think they were built from frequency as well. Oh, Albany is filled with so much of this stuff. Oh, there's Indios down there. There he is. He's coming. He's coming. Reefsta, yes, exactly. 1,000 years off. Hello, Jen. I appreciate you. Yeah, keeping it real. My lineage goes back to Ragnar, brother. Way back. We go way back, homie. Way back. Apparently Nashville Pantheon was built in 1897 with 35-foot columns. That's one that's very suspicious that you're talking about now. So there's secrets like this in every one of your communities, I can guarantee it. And what I'm trying to teach y'all is what I look for. Symbolism is huge. Regardless of when the architecture was built, symbolism is gigantic. And things can have multiple meanings. Dragon Emperor, what's good, brother? I'm coming up to Plattsburgh soon. Big obelisk up there I want to see. But there's patterns, repeated patterns. This is all pattern recognition. And when you look at it, the narrative for logistics don't make sense. Does not make sense, okay? And history, his story is always written by the victor, right? The victor. It's all about what you want to believe. B-L-I-E, be live, right? Be live. We are live, buddy, in Albany, the Empire State. Oh, Mindy, you were born in Albany? No, Dragon Emperor, brother, I'm going to let you know. Oh, Christian, no, there's Egyptian stuff everywhere. That's why they're finding pyramids all over the place. I have people that I speak to all over the place that are making ancient discoveries, and for entertainment purposes only, they try to report them at the powers that be, and they get silenced. Bailey, what, buddy, what you on? What happened to just chilling? I don't know what you're talking about, homie. Web Surfer, hello from Troy. Hey, how are you? Dragon Emperor, so Mondays or Tuesdays are good for you. All right, so Earth Goddess. Pearls can represent the transition to enlightenment or the thing of eggs and a woman for fertility. So that makes sense to me. Idio Victrola. Oh, what happened to the Tepe? I know what you're talking about. What do you mean what happened to it? Where it was buried in? I don't know where Indios went. Whoa! Whoa! Windy. I'm going to walk up here and see where he's at. Oh, there's another crest. I mean, we're going to go check this whole thing out here. Lawrence, New York. Yeah, the government doesn't want us excavating things. I'm going to flip this camera back around so you can walk with me, y'all. So that's what happened, yeah, is that they didn't dig them all out, but there's all sorts of stuff graded out. You can see there's plenty of people that have channels. I mean, look at that. That looks like the same deity that I showed you on Cahos, right? Like Neptune, maybe? That one's powerful. That one's powerful with his beard. They planted government-protected trees to prevent archaeology. That makes complete sense. That makes complete sense. I talk about the trees quite often. Look at this. Look at this. So we have these giant Nephilim arches. And then look at this one. Here, I'm going to set up this. You can see. Are you recording? I can't record up here. I know, it's bad. Look, I mean, how tall do you think that is in the air? It's got to be, right? I mean, I'm 6 foot, 8 foot tall, at least with my arms up. Indios right there. Greg, Gen X, what's up, brother? You have these deities show up in your art. That's wild. There's a lot of symbolism going on in this building, and this is the state capitol, the New York State Capitol, and we haven't even scratched the surface yet. You should see the inside of this place. Copper running down, right? What's that grounding up there? So there's something way up there. Ah, stone chambers. Oh, Baltimore? Oh, yeah, so Baltimore. We're going to be going to Philly pretty soon here. Oh, Johnny Drums. Okay, I see what you're saying. The Turkish government is preventing archaeological digs at Göbekli Tepe for the second Tepe, too, because there's the second one. The second one that they located is older than the original one that you're talking about, but now the government's not allowing. Yeah, the government doesn't want them digging. Yeah, surprise. Hey, Brian, Jason, don't be mean. Portland, Oregon, hello. I'm not from Albany. I live an hour north of Albany. I'm from Vermont, from Bennington, Vermont, the city of Bennington. Well, this is, I mean, the New York State Education Building over there. I mean, yeah, the Masons believe that they're descendants of Nephilim. There you go. So that's the whole thing. This all goes back to the Nephilim. And I'm really not trying to use the word Tartary anymore, but that's interesting up there. All right, so you can see, what's up in that corner? What's that look like? Does that look like brick back there to you? Does that look like brick back there? Oh, that's interesting. Kind of looks like brick. Kind of looks like brick to me. Man. Seashells. Look at this one. That is gorgeous. Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to Philly, Johnny Drums. Stan Harper, thank you very much for the support. I appreciate y'all so incredibly much. So incredibly much. I'm up around the Northeast, around Albany, so if you got any places you want me to see by you, we're always out exploring. Thank you, Amanda. Do these buildings have an odor? Because that can be the energy it's producing. Earth Goddess, what kind of odor are you talking about? I will definitely check out Schenectady for sure. I will check out Novanu. The work fed a lot of families back then. No, I understand the work fed a lot of families when they were building stuff, but this is a facade. Yeah, because it is buried. This is on a wicked slope all the way up. And you see this New York State Education Building. I did a video about this. You guys can't tell how big around those columns are. Those columns have got to be almost 30 feet around, the circumference of them. They look just like the columns I saw in the asylum I found in Utica. So we got more, okay? Indios is down through here. Authorized personnel only, mind you. A facade for what? Freemason facade. Freemason facelift. Like, go watch some of my videos. I got 600 videos that talk about all this stuff, fake cornerstones, things of that nature. But no, it can't go up here. It's all blocked off now. All blocked off. I mean, look at this. Come on, dude. Look at that. But of course, we can't go over here. Look at the bison head. Bison head right here. Oh, Taurus 24, you can see me? Very nice. Very nice. Howdy, how you doing? Hello, hello, hello. Wild, 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 wild. I mean, look at that. That thing is gigantic. Like, I can't even put into perspective. Yeah, Education Building is absolutely wild. This is huge too. Like, I can't even put into perspective how big the Capitol building is. Y'all ain't even seen the castle down the hill yet that I'm walking down to, all right? But of course, look, they got this fence around. No, this is all public. Should be public. This is what we're typically able to, you know. But no, we got these fences around. It's a monument over there in the park. Amy Joy Prayer Warrior, thank you very much. I appreciate you incredibly. Got almost 300 people watching. Yeah, who would need a place this large? Well, once I get down here, y'all will see. There's so much stuff going on here. Even on here, look. All right, we see some more of the checker pattern up on this huge thing. The timekeeper. Yeah, the fence, dude, the fence. They don't want us around. They don't want us around digging around, you know. Long Island, I was just in Long Island, 31415. Cookie Assassin, yeah, you know, we're trying to save that. We don't want people homeless and struggling. Dr. Strangelove, we're gonna be headed to Philly. We are gonna be headed to Philly. The wheel of time going forward, who knows backward, we may be going back to torture. Now we ain't going back to torture. We're in Albany, New York. We are in Albany, New York. New York State Capitol, Albany, New York. If you don't know who I am, please go watch my first 3 pinned videos. I am Lance from upstate. New York State Education Building, Albany. New York State Capitol. This whole thing here, I mean, Georgia from Troy, New York. Oh, right on, right on. Bass notes. So there's music notes hidden in a lot of this stuff as well. Y'all, music notes hidden in a lot of this stuff as well. It's all frequencies. It's all frequencies. It's all frequencies. But look. They don't want you. They don't want you in here. They got this fence. They got this fence. They don't want you sneaking around, you know? Can't be asking too many questions. Yeah, they're probably filling in the tunnels, exactly. Oh, there's Indios again. There he is. There he is. There he is. I know, that's what everybody's talking about.
There's a sign in there I wanted to...
Hello from Montreal. I'm going to turn the camera around. I got Indios here with me. So he's right here. We're just talking about how this fence, like he's upset too. We can't even get in here. We can't even get in here. We go to all these places and they got them all fenced off even though they're public. And then wintertime, you know, that's when they'll open them up. Yeah, Peaceful Warrior. So that's the whole thing. There are notes hidden in everything. Everything has resonance, frequency. There's definitely notes hidden. Jordan Bay? Yes. No, I do not. I do not. I mean, look at that. They're doing work to it. They're doing work to a lot of this stuff. All these facades. All right, is this where the castle? Can you see the castle from here? Oh yeah, there's the. Can you see the castle? There's literally a gigantic castle. Gail, yeah, no, that's a castle down here. Look, that is a castle, bro. That is a castle. I've done videos about that down there. That is a castle. Master Michelle, I believe you. And then look at that one up there. I'm going to turn the camera back around real quick. I'm going to zoom in. We're going to head down that way. That one's wild, okay? How about this right there? That castle. It's got all sorts of dates from 1609, all sorts of wild stuff. There's dragons all over it, all sorts of things. Got more over here. Indios is over that way. We can't even see the Capitol right now. Can y'all see the Capitol? I can't see it. It's up there. Capitol's up there. All right, TikTok. Looking both ways before we cross. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate you. And the placement of the buildings, exactly. Yo, Renaissance Hotel. Look at that. Whoa, is that a crown up on top of there? That's a crown. That looks like a crown, son. Yeah. The Capitol right there. The Capitol. I appreciate all the follows, all the love. Thank you so very much. So very much. Look at this thing right here. So this right there, that was Indios' first video. That was his first video, this church right here. And down here in this temple, we got so much stuff. Yeah, they brick over so much. They brick over a lot. So that giant castle structure and this temple over here, this is like Indios' first videos. Indios 369 here. Look at this. Oh yeah, Albany Lodge. Albany Lodge 49. What's that? BPOE. Oh, look what that is. Is that another elk head? A stag head? What is that? That's a stag head? Or look at the ears on that. It looks like kind of like a water buffalo with different horns. Huh. And there's another one over here. Another one over here. Master Michelle, yes, this is an area that was mud flooded. The Hudson River is down there. On the other side of that big, tall structure down there with the green top, the green steeple, the Hudson is on the other side of that. This was all flooded out. I've shown evidence of the mud flood here. Yeah, 2 columns right here. There's a lot underground, a lot. All right, and this is gonna show here, okay? So look at this structure. It's way up, all right? They could have dug out to that if they wanted to or left it that far in, but look, it's all yellow brick all the way around. Plastered over, veneer block. There would have been veneer block onto the front of the brick, right? Freemason facade. Look at this door knocker. Come on, guy. What is this thing? What in the Harry Potter is this thing? Look at this. Look at that thing. That's huge. Said BPOA, so BP Order of the Elks. Ah, that makes sense. Order of the Elks Club and the Elks heads up there. That's interesting. Wow, look at that. So the cymatic symbol there, and then right in the middle of it's a little Templar cross action. Templar cross action in the middle of that. Tell me that's not a castle, dude. Come on, get out of here. Tell me that's not a castle. Yeah, exactly. What in the Harry Potter is this thing? Right, Darren? What in the Harry Potter is this thing? The door knocker, yeah. Man, you see the size of that thing? I mean, come on. Definitely is a Templar cross in the center of there. It is absolutely a Templar cross. Sirius Amun Ra, that is a Templar cross. It is absolutely a Templar cross. That's not up for discussion. It's a Templar cross. What's that?
Templar cross right on the flag.
Oh yeah, there you go. See that flag over there? There's a red Templar cross on that flag. This all goes back to the Templars. All goes back to the Templars. Yeah, probably digital speakers. There's a lot of digital speaker bells, that's for sure. The Templars crusaded the area is what the Templars did. Yes, they colonized the building. You're absolutely right. The Freemason facade. Exactly. The Freemason facade. I mean, look at that thing. Can we see any symbols up there? So there's a gargoyle, right? A gargoyle. I've done videos about the origination of gargoyles and where they come from. I'm gonna walk down that way, and when I come back up, I'm gonna come up through this castle, okay? So I'm gonna stay on this side of the street. I mean, look at that thing. They could have, look, and there's red brick right under there. Look, you see the red brick. Look at the red brick right there. The red brick. The red brick's right there. I told you this is all brick. The gargoyles, so if you look up, I have videos about it. Please go watch my videos, but in the long and short of it, gargoyle, the word la gargoule, comes from a dragon, a pagan dragon that was beheaded by the church and put on top of a temple in France. And the water rushing down through the gargoyle, the dragon's skull, created a throaty noise, and that's where gargoule comes from. So the gargoules represent pagan dragons, okay? Pagan dragons. All right, looking both ways, crossing safely, TikTok. Christo soil. I mean, look at this. But there's gargoyles all up there. Gargoyles. Gargoyles. Gargle. No, exactly. But seriously, so, I talk about etymology a lot, but etymology is a real thing that people need to pay attention to. Because even as I'm talking here, I'm saying a lot of words, and words have power. This is very powerful stuff. I'm talking a lot because there's a lot of information I want to put out to everybody. Well, okay, so there's a red Templar cross right here. Benevolent Protected Order of the Elks. Thank you very much. Definitely a castle. St. Peter's Church, 1678, first chapel service held in Fort Frederick. Where is Fort Frederick? I'd never even heard of Fort Frederick. All right, so that's interesting. And then first church building established under land grant by Queen Anne. Y'all know about Queen Anne's War? Queen Anne's War. So-called Queen Anne bell installed in the steeple. Albany Congress. Benjamin Franklin's plan of union approval. Chartered by King George III. National Historic Landmark in 1980. Wow. I mean, look at this. And what do we have for symbolism up here? Here's another key. Okay, do you know about the Templars and the keys and the ribbon? Templars, keys, and ribbons. That symbol? What's this say? St. Peter's. The restoration of these doors dedicated to separation of the ministry. 1988 to 2000. So new dates added on here. All right, there's another Templar cross for you. That's a Templar cross, okay? Crosses are Templar. Well, look at that building up there. Look at the lions all the way around the top. More Judah? More Judah? This is in Albany, New York, capital of the Empire State. Albany, New York. Albany, New York. You can see the size. I mean, these are huge arches. Huge, gigantic arches. Huge, gigantic arches. Just say. Oh, yeah, this is some good stuff right here. In the middle of state, formerly Yonkers Street? 1 block below stood the first English church built AD 1715 upon ground granted on letters patent from King George the First with a Templar cross. That is a Templar cross in the middle. It bore the name of St. Peter's Church, Templar cross. The parish was incorporated. The parish was incorporated AD 1769. The second St. Peter's Church was built on this site AD 1802 and bore this inscription: Templar cross. Glory be to the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy endureth forever. Templar cross. The present edifice was built AD 1859. Upon this spot stood the northeast bastion of Fort Frederick. Fort Frederick, and I never heard of Fort Frederick. Honestly, I knew Fort Orange, but Fort Frederick. So 2 times I'm learning about Fort. And then look at across the street here. What is that thing? What is that thing? Come on, dude. So there would have been deities up top there. There would have been deity statues up around the top of that. So all around the top would have been deity statues in there. Oh, humans have a lot of innocent blood on their hands. They do. They don't even realize what's happening. To the glory of God and thanksgiving for the ministry of the Reverend Canon. Canon law. Does anybody know about canon law? Canon law. Look up canon law from the Bible. The tower has been lighted by a grateful parish. Easter of 1988. Easter of 1988. Dates are important. Luby Memorial Tower, dedicated to the glory of God and loving memory of Edgar G. Corll by the grateful parish family. So this tower, was this built in 1999? We're going to have to look it up. Is that what they're trying to say? Or is that what they're trying to imply? We got a lot of comments coming up through here. Lots of comments. Yeah, colonizers, exactly. Look at this. Come on. Yeah, you know, it's like, when you come in the doorway here, you know, like, why would you put it, come on, why would you put a door like this, dude? Look at this. I'm going to turn this around. Come on. Look at this little door. Really? Really? Then you can see down in here. I mean, there's some, honestly, I don't like the energy that's coming off of here. It's really heavy. You can feel, it's almost like a light stinging. I'm not even kidding. It's a weird energy coming from there. I don't really like it. I don't really like it whatsoever. So that's that door. These towers. There's Indios right there, but man. Templar door. It was buried in the mud floods. Master Michelle, absolutely. Absolutely. It's all mud flood stuff. All mud. But look at that. So up around the top there, the 4 corners over there, the 4 corners, there would have been deities in that tower. Been deities in there. Well, no, absolutely. I understand energetic portals. I understand how that works. I have over 600 videos. I implore some of you to please go watch my videos. I understand what this is. I'm trying to show here. I'm out here working in light, grid working, showing you all symbolism. Lexington, Massachusetts. We got all sorts of people jumping on this live here. Where is everybody else from? Where is everybody from? And are you familiar with this kind of stuff? Do you have any gigantic obelisks around you that I can come film? I've been to several states so far. Tennessee, Knoxville. Lots from Tennessee. There's also, I got to get to Tennessee. Massachusetts. Spent a lot of time in Mass. Arizona, Northern California. Holy moly. Ecuador. Manchester, UK, New York City. I was just down in Brooklyn the other day. Oregon, Tampa, Colorado, Illinois, Schenectady, Altamont, Kentucky, North Carolina, Michigan, Arizona, North Carolina, Tennessee, East Tennessee. Holy cow, we got all sorts of people. I can't even keep up. Texas, Chicago, Ventura, California, Asheville, North Carolina, Hawaii, Louisiana, Texas, Southern California, North Dakota, Michigan, Washington State, Syracuse, Ohio. Holy moly. All sorts of St. Peter's Church. There's some more stuff over here. Protestant Episcopal, founded by Royal Charter, okay, charters and corporations. Man, we got all sorts of people. Connecticut, Long Island. There's all sorts of stuff on the East Coast, y'all. All sorts of stuff. But you can see St. Peter's Church, Protestant Episcopal, founded by Royal Charter 1712. What was that date back there? Early 1600s? Early 1600s? Canada, Austin, Texas, Philly, St. Joseph, Missouri. Big-hearted peace and love, my brother. What is going on? Walter, founded, yes. Costa Rica, real shit only. Truth warrior, for sure. I appreciate the support big time. We appreciate the support. I don't know where Indios went now. I keep losing them. Man, this is wild. And there's another side of it over there. Built right down into here. Mississippi. Utica, New York. Florida, way down south. Downtown Michael Hunt 7787. North Carolina, lots of old buildings. Alaska. Hey, is there anything you found up in Alaska? Angela, Oneana. You live in Seattle now? Oh, yeah, Oneana's got a lot of stuff. Lots of octagons. Oklahoma, thank you for the follows. We appreciate y'all. There's a bunch of people coming in here. I apologize if I didn't acknowledge you. I love y'all so very much. You went to SUNY Albany 20 years ago? Right on. So it doesn't mean that they found the cross here already. It just means that the cross was used. They used the cross, you know. The biggest trick that the devil ever pulled was convincing the rest of the world it doesn't exist. And for entertainment purposes only, there's a lot of evilness in the Catholic Church and in organized religion. I follow God. I believe in Yeshua. But there's a lot of things that we were lied to about. And the evidence is all around us. I'm using my experience as a real-world detective. I was in combat. I was in infantry. I joined the military when I was 17 years old. I was a detective. I was a sergeant. I worked plain clothes. I did all that stuff. And I'm using the same scope of practice that they would use to prove a case in a court of law. And there's plenty enough reasonable suspicion in my brain to show that something isn't right. Something's not accurate. But come around the corner and look at that. I mean, nothing to see here. All these places right here in Albany, New York. So Chicago Joe, please go watch the first 3 pinned videos on my page. Literally, I agree with the same thing what you're saying about the Roman Empire. Cirrus, Amun-Ra, what would you like me to call it? What would you like me to call it? It's a Templar cross. The Templars came over here, crusaded, and struck down people. That's what they did. The Crusades were in North America, just like they were in Europe, just like they were in Asia, just like they were everywhere else, okay? It's a Templar cross because the Templars and the Masons are all in cahoots with each other, and they're the ones that helped set up this whole lie, okay? So I have to call it what it is. I don't know what else you want me to call it. It's a Templar cross. I'm not going along with their narrative. I'm just saying what it is. I'm calling them out. I don't know what else you want me to do. All right? And love and light. Everybody just wants to come on here and attack me all the time. For what? I'm literally out here putting my own safety at jeopardy, talking about this stuff. You guys don't realize the amount of threats that I receive, all the nonsense that I deal with in the background, and I'm just trying to show truth. So don't say I'm going along with any narrative, all right? But I appreciate you. It just gets me fired up. I'm doing this out of the kindness of my own heart. I could be retired twice already. You know what I'm saying? But again, the Templar cross, the Templar cross. Who said Yeshua liked crosses? Who said Yeshua liked crosses? That's the whole thing. Like I said, the biggest trick that the devil ever pulled on the world is convincing the world he does not exist, okay? I appreciate you all so incredibly much. I love y'all so incredibly much. Thank you. So, these big, giant marble buildings, again, logistically speaking, all right, that was a big arch at one point, yellow brick. But these Freemason facades that are popped on here, a lot of these would have been big open temples, okay? I'm going to turn this back around for y'all, okay? I'm done ranting now. And I love you. I wasn't trying to take any aggression out on you there. It's just I don't like being attacked. I'm constantly attacked. And I'm literally just, I talk about love. I pick up garbage everywhere I go. I literally give out crystals to people all over the place. I'm always doing stuff to help everybody. And I get on here and people attack me when I start talking about my background, as if I'm not trying to make every possible change to show y'all I'm preaching nothing but truth. All right? But I love it. I love y'all. It's all good. Look, that's beautiful. I don't see any bell up there. Do you see any bell up there, Darren? Is there a bell in there? Oh, you were? That's awesome. So last time Darren was here, there was a bell. Soul and spirit. What's that, brother? Whew. St. Mary's. 1797, bro. 1797. Wow. So the bells are in this one. Darren said the last time he was here, he did hear the bells. This is Old World red brick. Red brick here. 1797, but this isn't a real cornerstone. That's not a real cornerstone. All right? That's not a real cornerstone. But But look at that. Look how gorgeous that is. And then the mosaic, right? What do we have? We have the same keyhole pattern down here. What do we have down here? 6-pointed stars with what in the center? More knockers. Look at this door. Here, I'm going to turn this around. Woo! I am sweating. I'm sweating. And tonight I'm supposed to be on a radio show in Albany. Yes, yes, yes. I mean, another gigantic door, y'all. Another huge door. Look at that. Our ancestors were absolutely giants. Nephilim. Wow. Oh yeah, nothing to see here. Horse and buggy, exactly. Exactly, horse and buggy. So that's pretty wild looking right there. Then, so this, okay, prime example. Veneer block. The brick structure would have been, but this is not a real foundation stone. This is just a veneer block on the outside of it. The whole foundation would have been brick. The whole thing's brick. We're talking about Freemason architecture, Templar architecture, the Crusades for entertainment purposes only. We're showing a lot of these old structures here. Mud flood resets. People use the word Tartaria. I'm trying to get away from that. Tartaria was a term that I was using as a general term for the civilizations that existed here prior. But we have to call things what they are, and the Templars crusaded here. And I totally believe that. Man, look at this. Germain Hall. Germain Hall. Another Germain Hall. No parking. No parking. Wow. Have I been to Ohio? Yes, I've been to Ohio, but not since being an awakened person. L on board and see joy. Yes, this territory is built on dragons, for sure. For sure. The temple's built in Hawaii. That's interesting. Giant boulder in the foundation. That's pretty cool. You know what? You're the second or third person to bring up the Parthenon in Nashville. We got to check that out. We got to bring the bells back. We are rebelling. You know what I'm saying? We're rebels. We are rebelling. We are rebelling. Rebelling. Dragons. Sabe. Sasquatch. Sabe. He doesn't like being called Sasquatch. It's a Sabe. It's my spirit animal. The Rebel Alliance. Rebel. 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 Hell's bells. Where'd Indios go? Yeah, the angel probably does spin. I don't know where Darren went. Somewhere. I don't even know where I am at the moment. Walking down this, can't even walk down this sidewalk. I gotta figure out where Darren went. He's around here somewhere. Appreciate all the love, all the support. If you don't know who I am, please go watch the first 3 pin videos on my page. Glass of soul that was thicker at the bottom. Yeah, no, for sure. Put Darren on. Trying to figure out where he is. Honestly, I don't know where Darren is. He disappears. We always want to see if I can add him again as a guest. Indios is recording his own thing right now too, so I have to be cognizant of that. You know what I'm saying? Hello, hello. We behold the truth. No, the Freemasons didn't take him. Don't say that. Don't say that. He's up here somewhere. There he is. There he is. So everybody wants to see Indios. I'm gonna see if he wants to come out. Oh, wait a second. Look at these. I missed these over here. 1797 on this big church. Oh, look. 1 column, 2 column. And then how many columns we got in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 columns. Come on now. Come on now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 columns right here. Then 1 and 1. Get out of here. Yeah, no coincidences here. Nothing to see here. And what do we have? Little barber pole action. Little barber pole action. And a Templar cross. Another Templar Freemason column, right? Bam. Bam. With what at the top? Templar cross. Templar cross. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. What is this over here? I don't even know what this building is. Look at that thing. All those laurel wreaths up there. Are we serious? All right, so listen, y'all. You know, you see me talk about the fasces, right? The fasces. It's a bundle of sticks that's got an axe inside of it. It is actually the symbol for fascism, okay? The symbol for fascism. Why is the symbol for fascism all along the top of this building? The symbol for fascism. That is called a fascis. Fascis. You can look it up, a fascis. I've made videos about it. A bundle of sticks with an axe coming out the top of it. All the way up at the top. That's a fascis. All right, that's what they got the term fascism from, okay? Fascism. You see that? Look, there's a keyhole pattern all the way across there. Yeah, the bundle of sticks, I'm showing you. With the laurel crowns, but up there, that's a fascist bundle of sticks. And that's to symbolize fascism. You can look this up. Look this up. It's also on your money. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's a symbol for fascism. And then at the top, it's all copper, right? We're talking about seashell deities. And then those little circles again, it's hard to see. But that keyhole pattern, the Greek keyhole pattern all the way through here. No, they look like pineapple tops, kind of like a rising sun or a seashell deity. Huge, sorry, more columns over there. This is wild. Wild. And I can't see what this is. We're trying to, no, it's a Freemason facade for sure. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff going in there. That looks like an owl. So it'd be like your Moloch, maybe? Your Moloch, your owl. And this is Albany. I mean, so Albany County offices. This is an old building. 1858, Historic Albany Foundation. So this is all brick. This is all brick out here. Down in the basement. Got to go down in the dungeon here. Down in the dungeon. Well, what's that say over there? That is wild. So it's that same building, all right? You can see more of those fascists. There's fascists all the way around the top here. Fascists. Fascists. Fascists for fascism. Fascism. I want to see what this is. Yeah, on TikTok, brother.
What's your name?
Lance from Upstate.
Okay.
Yeah, we're right now. We got like 220 people watching. Check it out, brother. Check it out for sure. Thank you. Making friends everywhere we go. Look at this. GAR. Is that Granddaughters of the American Revolution? Is that Granddaughters of the American Revolution? Granddaughters of the American Revolution? And that's going down into here. New York State Bar Association. Are we for serious right now? The New York State Bar Association? Wow. Okay. So, there's got to be Granddaughters of the American Revolution. I'm assuming, and I shouldn't assume. Yeah, down there. I mean, look how deep that is. Look how deep that is. Another one of these same giant Nephilim doors. That was on the education building. And this is at the corner of Eagle Street. I can't see the other one. Eagle Street is up there. New York State Bar. No, absolutely. That fascist, it all goes back to ancient Rome. It's all about power. Power. Everything's about power for them. Trying to set up this tripod here so I could show you how tall another one of these doors are. Dang, man. Dang. It's huge. There you go. I mean, 2.5 times my height probably. At least, so 15 feet. Even on the lights, you have the same, look, keyhole pattern. Same Rome Greek keyhole pattern. Yeah, the most powerful man, isn't it? You talking about the Pope? The American Pope we have now? Wow, look at that. What does that look like? The Pope? The American Pope we have now? Wow, look at that. What does that look like to you? What does that look like to y'all right there? What does that symbol look like to y'all right there? Come on. Come on. Come on. I have over 600 videos about all this symbolism and stuff. If you want to support me, you can go check my videos out. It helps me out a lot, especially if you watch my videos all the way through. Like them, give me a follow, share it out. It helps exponentially. We've only been at this social media game for, well, 9-10 months now. We've grown 13,000 followers. We're official, so your support helps in a big way. I walked away from my career to spread love, light, and truth. And there's a lot of it to be spread out here. So I've been to Savannah, Georgia many years ago. I was actually stationed in Fort Benning for a while. I went to infantry school when I was 17 years old in Fort Benning, Georgia. The bells are still up there. People keep bringing up this Techno Viking. Who's Techno Viking? Excuse me. This Techno Viking. Who's this whole Techno Viking deal? People keep bringing that up. Fort Gordon. Everybody keeps bringing up Fort Gordon. So Connecticut is on the bucket list. I was actually in Connecticut the other day recently. Solomon, yes, Solomon. Where did Indios go now? He disappeared somewhere. We need to get down the hill. Down the hill here. Whew. It is pretty warm. Getting some sun. I mean, they're doing more construction. Techno Viking. Who's Techno Viking? I have no idea what Techno Viking is. All right, crossing safely. TikTok crossing safely. So we checked out that castle right there. Okay, we're walking down the hill now. We went down this way already. You know what? I might look both ways and cross the street right here. Yep. Crossing the street, looking both ways. 1898 on that place over there. I don't know where Indios disappeared to. We always run away from each other. Where are they now, the Freemasons? Purple Biker, I'm in Albany, New York. New York State capital. Techno Viking? I don't know who Techno Viking is. I should look up Techno Viking, I'm assuming, huh? There's Indios right here. I'm going to wait for him. I'll wait for him right here. I've got a piece of it. Whoa, look at that. Y'all see that? Whose head is up at the top of that thing? Wow. You live in Worcester? Olivia Rose in Worcester? I appreciate it. Appreciate y'all so incredibly much. I mean, so there's a gold, you see the gold ball on top of that building? Who are the Freemasons? The Freemasons are in control of everything. There's a lot of stuff that I can't openly discuss on a live. There's research that people have to do for themselves a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of restricted here, and it's unfortunate. But the more y'all share my message, the more I can talk about this stuff. But you guys got to realize, like, they are censoring me like crazy. Every single video that I post, even those clips that come from TikTok, they'll censor those ineligible for the FYP. And when that happens, I can't do anything with it. I can't make any money. So no matter how many views I get, it doesn't help. So watching my videos and sharing them out helps me in a big way. My analytics are absolutely wild from TikTok. And they're reaching out to me quite a bit, but they're still censoring me, unfortunately. Wow, whose head is up there? Do you see that?
Is that Washington?
Can't tell. I can't tell what that building is. You wanna do what we did the other day?
Yeah.
Want me to invite you onto the bottom there?
Yeah, let me record one more video.
Sweet. All right, so Indios is gonna record it because everybody's asking for you. Yeah. So Indios is gonna record another video, and then when we go down here, there's all sorts of stuff down the hill. We'll link up, and I'll put him down at the bottom corner here again, like we did yesterday. What's that? No, that's what we were thinking, LJ. George Washington, maybe? So I'm gonna invite, there's Indios. And I'm gonna give you a camera permission. The only thing is that when Indio and I do this, we can't be right next to each other, unfortunately. Your camera up? Oh, perfect. All right, so now we got Indios live here too. This is awesome. So it kind of does look like George Washington up there. It looks like George Washington. And the seashell, the rising sun. Empire State, the Empire. The Empire. The Empire. Stan Harper, listen, the Freemasons that you're talking about are different than, we're not talking about your local lodge, bro. We're not talking about the local dudes doing the fundraiser. This knowledge ain't even in their realm, okay? This is sacred knowledge that we're talking about. A facade, a front over a front over a front, a lie hidden within a lie, hidden within a lie. This is all in plain sight. They literally call these facades. Look up the definition, okay? All these churches I go to all have facades. Why do you think I call it a facade? Because it was founded and they put a facade on it.
So there's a
Wow.
there's the Lance.
Yeah. Well, there's more lion. Look, another lion down there.
How am I lying to you? I'll show you Solomon's Temple right now.
Yeah, where's Solomon's Temple, bro? All right, we're gonna go see Solomon's Temple, the real Solomon's Temple.
I am the great grandson of the Grandmaster. I'm in Albany, New York. This is Albany.
Let's listen to Darren, everybody. Listen to Darren. Well, the handshake, you think about the handshake is a transference of energy. We ain't supposed to be transferring energy with everybody, you know what I'm saying? Darren, would you concur
What?
about the handshake and the transference of energy?
Yeah, that's why they wear gloves, the Masons.
Yeah.
Freddie, I link scripture, bro, so I don't know what you're on. All right, this is right on Lodge Street off of State Street in Albany, the capital. You're going to have this Templar brick fort right here with the base bottom. That matches all the French Templar buildings over in France.
And that's the building I was just showing you, that it's all, Darren,
I'm going to go around the corner and show you the Mason Hall now, right? The Mason Hall has the same symbols on this church because Solomon, the Order of Solomon were the Knights Templars. And they came to Jerusalem, which would have been Albany, the east coast of the United States of America.
For entertainment purposes only. TikTok.
Right?
Yeah, Amy, exactly. You
Well,
kind of all the time.
Peter gave a speech at the Portico of Solomon later on in Scripture. Why did they call this building St. Peter's then? Wait, I'm going to show you the M right on the side of this building. And come back to the church and show you the same M on the side of the church.
Look.
Oh, look, you got one of them in the car, too. This might be
Crossing safely, looking both ways. TikTok. Looking both ways, TikTok. Indios is walking right here.
Sonic pillars right here. These Corinthian pillars that are all Solomon's, because that's Solomon's concrete. All right. I showed you the King's Highway sign around the corner. It's one of the trade routes. Freddie believes the little season, but nobody just wants to do the proper research on what's going on with these buildings. Who built what?
So this is where Darren just was. Right here.
Yep, with the two pillars, right? Lance is right down the street from me. That's one of Solomon's temples. I'm going to go around and show you the corner, the sign that says the King's Way, the King's Highway. It was one of the trade routes.
Who's up there? I'm going to go across the street. So we got Cobble Road here. This church we already checked out, okay?
Freddie, this is how people get blocked because you guys can't disprove me. I use scripture. My Bible is the most worn down Bible anyone has seen.
Hey, Freddie, he reads the scripture all the time here. We're not here to throw shade at anybody.
Highway. Who was the king? King who? Came where? King Solomon came to Albany, New York on the pair broom with Asher Levi in the 1600s. Everyone thinks that we're so far along in scripture. You're not even out of Solomon's reign yet. It all got turned over to the Egyptians, who were seen as the Roman emperors. All the Roman emperors were seen as the pharaohs. That's why they all have the same architecture.
Roman, Greek, pagan. Oh, look. Okay.
It's not even Roman concrete. It's Solomon's concrete.
Look at this.
And that's your Templar brick. Because when Titus came over here, I can show you the headstone in Golgotha, in Fort Golgotha, where Jesus was crucified in Long Island. I can show you the gravestone that has Titus on it.
Hey, Sirius Amen Ra. Listen, I love you and I appreciate you very much. Please go watch the first 3 pin videos on my page before you comment and throw any more shade, okay? Please.
It's the Holy Roman Empire. It came from Solomon.
So it's all good. We're just showing. We're just trying to show. We're just trying to show truth and we're trying to show evidence. People don't have to jump all over us and say this or that or this or that. We're not here telling anybody they're wrong about anything. We're not saying that. We're not here to convince anybody of anything. We're just showing our truth, you know, and that's the whole thing. We're just showing our truth of what we know.
Canceling a lot of timelines is the problem.
That's the whole thing, is that it challenges, you know, this reflection challenges people and it challenges egos in a big way because everybody wants to take credit for everything and that's not what it's about. We're not even out here trying to give credit to anybody about anything other than just saying that they lied to us. They lied to us. Yeah, listen, Freddie, we believe in the Creator. You're.
Right? It says 1895. That 9 used to be a 0. 5. This is just one date that got edited. And this isn't even the original cornerstone.
Yes, Olivia, exactly. There's all these fires everywhere. Fires. Yeah, 907 for sure. But you look at it. I mean, look at the calendar. Look at the calendar and the months in the calendar. Okay, look how that was all implemented. This all goes back to the same thing. What did Rockefeller say? He wanted a nation of workers, not a nation of thinkers. Gail, that's it right there. People have been worshiping a satanic religion instead of the true religion because of what's been hidden in the lies that people are told in the programming that they programmed us to believe. And for entertainment purposes only, that is the truth. Rockefeller quote is a powerful statement because that's all they wanted, to divide us and just turn us into little worker ants. That's all they wanted. This is all about the truth we're trying to explore here. We're not here to be divisive whatsoever. We're not here to pick fights. We're not here to prove who's right or who's wrong. We have open conversations about all this stuff. We're sharing our knowledge and our truth with y'all together. And we want everybody to go out and do the same exact thing in their own cities because then they can't censor us all, okay? This is about free speech. This is more important than just out here walking around and showing symbolism.
You don't think this building goes into the ground when this giant arch got filled in and it drops off?
Exactly, Angela. Exactly. Hello, New York. Appreciate you.
Rockefeller's name's right on the state capitol in the museum. It says governor.
The truth unites the people. Exactly, Cirrus. Exactly. And that's what this is all about. It's about truth. We're just here to spread truth, and we all want to unite in truth. And we cannot heal unless we get truth. And I don't care who it comes from. I will stand out here screaming my truth if it gets anybody to wake up and tell theirs. You know what I'm saying? Freddie, enough with the closed-minded stuff. He knows the book of Revelations, okay? We're not arguing this back and forth anymore.
Back to freaking Corinthians.
Yeah, together we rise, divided we fall. That is the truth, y'all. That is the truth. And they're doing all these, I mean, look at that. That is so gorgeous. Really.
So this courthouse right here, this one says Court of Appeals, State of New York. The court right here is spelled with a U because it's a newer constructed building with marble. The one next to it is Solomon's and it's constructed with a V in court because he was messing around with Sheba who gave birth to the Roman Empire. All the Roman emperors were seen as Egyptian kings. Right here, these pillars right on the front of the building.
So I hadn't even checked this building out yet. We're in the backside here. We checked out this churches. We came from up there, okay? So there's the top of the New York State Capitol building, okay? Up this hill would be the New York State Education building where we started. Yeah, it's wicked windy out here. I apologize if you can't hear Indios. I apologize. It's incredibly windy out here. We are in Albany, New York. Albany, New York. If you don't know who I am, please go check it out. I am Lance from Upstate. Go watch the first 3 pin videos on my channel. This is Indios 369 down there. Look at this. Excelsior. Oh, Tony, there's tunnels under everything. There's tunnels under everything. Seriously.
The copper lining all at the top of this one. This is an older constructed building when they would use copper, which was all a second edition because these were wide open. Where Lance is right now, that was wide open. That right there wasn't even there.
Yep. So this would have been all added like he's talking about. I'm going to turn this camera around right quick. Y'all can see. So this would have been all an open door. Whole thing would have been all open. This wouldn't have been a doorway here. Wouldn't have been a door. This would have been all open. All this added after the fact. These are the facades that we're talking about when new cornerstones and dates are slapped on. Now, there's a big connection with Albany, Georgia, for sure. You gotta think about repetitive patterns, okay? This background. It's all pattern recognition. But look at that. Excelsior. 6.8 thousand viewers so far. 6.8 thousand viewers. We picked up 156 followers. We've picked up about 7,500 followers in the last month and a half. So we've expanded quite a bit. I mean, look at this. Look at this. And the New York State Education Building is up there. All these buildings right next to each other. Here we go. Garbage, right? Garbage, 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 garbage. Pick up garbage. This ain't my garbage, obviously, but I'm gonna pick it up. I don't even see any trash cans. Look at this thing. And do you guys, I mean, I don't think you can tell.
I just want to know where you think we are in scripture. That's the whole problem.
Is the veto still going on with scripture? I'm not trying to argue, bro.
He has my thing. He could message me. I don't even know what he's getting on at. I messaged him and he ignored it last time, so I don't even. He's on the same thing as that Patrick kid.
Wild. Garbage. How many garbage I'm gonna pick up? Woo! Whose agents? Vision, whose agents? Freddie DeVito, yeah, no. We're not trying to be rude either. We're just all here with an open mind. We have to break out of limiting beliefs. You know, we create our own prisons in a lot of ways. Look at that. And then up here. So this is the other side of that building I was showing you already, okay? This is those fascists all the way around. And like I was explaining, the bundle of sticks with that accent, that is the symbol for fascism. That is the fascist, the Roman fascist. The Roman fascist, that's the symbol for fascism, right? You got the same keyhole pattern all the way around here. Yes, Freddie, and that's what we're trying to expose. That's all. So here we go, erected. Who's got Roman numeral skills? MCMXIV. Look down here. So we already went down here. Look how far this goes down. There's stairs here, stairs there, stairs there. I mean, come on. And then look at that down there. Look at that. Yes, vision. You're right. At Freddie DeVito, we're dreaming. We really are. We create our own realities in a lot of ways, okay? And people manipulated us. They manipulated us. The etymology is important in this. So 1914, LJ, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Oh, here we go. What do we got going on up here? Huh. Snakes, handshakes, torches, flowers. Wow. What are y'all seeing there? There's a fleur-de-lis. Man, that's wild. Excuse me. Wow. Columbia. Okay. So this is at the corner of Eagle and Columbia. Cornucopias? I don't know. Is it a I don't know if it's a. It could be a cornucopia for sure. Could be. There's an infinity knot in the middle there. There's all sorts of stuff. Whereabouts did you go, Darren?
What? I'm on. I don't know.
Are you on Columbia down this big building?
I went to the end of that building and walked down.
All right, so I was down there before. I'm coming your way. This is Columbia. You see all those Roman fasces all the way at the top of this building, bro? All these Roman fasces all the way at the top, all the way around this thing. Yo, Adirondack life. Absolutely, absolutely. Buildings are all connected. Oh, there he is down there. Might go steal somebody's garbage can. There's garbage everywhere. I can't pick it all up. I picked up this one, but there's garbage all over the city, unfortunately. All over the city. We're in Albany here. Steal somebody's garbage. Thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate you. All right. I mean, you can see, again, look. I'll show you again. Look at the, where are they? Right over there. The fasces. The fasces. The bundle of sticks with the axe in it. That's the Roman, that's a Roman symbol. It's a Roman symbol, and it's a symbol for fascism. There's 141. There's Darren. Which way you want to go, bro?
We can make our way over to the castle.
Yeah, want to do that? We'll make our way, and then we'll start. We'll go down the castle, then we'll come back around and then up to the truck. It's 140. All right, so we're gonna go down, and for y'all that have seen some of my videos, there's a giant castle down here. It's the SUNY New Paltz building. There's all sorts of wild history with this thing, but there's all sorts of symbolism as well, and lots of different dates. Now, you're going to see the date 1609. That's going to be a recurring pattern. That's when Henry Hudson sailed the Hudson River. That is also referred to as the North River or the North River. Okay, the Hudson River, the mighty Hudson, with all these castles along it. Oh yeah, no, it's all the green stuff is copper.
Yeah, you can see some of the stone will be stained green from when the water runs off the copper down the building.
And we find places all the time that you can literally see mud still caked up on the walls. Concourse Tunnel is more like an underground mall. No, Adirondack life, for serious. All the tunnels under Albany are absolutely wild. The museum, the New York State Museum, is underground. Olivia Rose Inc., thank you so very much. Are you a tattoo artist? Is that what you do by trade? I appreciate the support. We definitely appreciate the support. You're a tattoo artist? Where are you at, Olivia? I'm looking for some new ink. I want to get my hands did.
What kind of masonry? Stone masonry, yeah, but Freemasonry is.
That's the thing. Freemasonry and stone masonry are two different. I mean,
not all Freemasons can build with stone.
The question is, who built on top of a muddy city? Nobody built on top of it. It was already here. They just unburied it. Put Freemason facades on. Emily, what'd you say your shop is where? Evil Eye in Worcester? Evil Eye Tattoo in Worcester. All right, I'm going to have to check you out. Come get a tattoo. The Hudson drops from 4,000 feet above sea level to 4 feet. Yes, and it starts way up north. The Hudson River is an incredibly powerful river. The Mohican people, who that was translated to, but they were the river people, the Native Americans that lived along the Hudson River. Yeah, Olivia, thank you so very much. Definitely check out some of my videos, and I try to go live most days. Most days we go live. Oh, so Mike here, he has a G. Mason sign on his grave. Okay. So Mike, seriously, we go around and we look at a lot of cemeteries too. We were in a cemetery yesterday, last night, for an hour and a half on a live. We look up a lot of this symbolism. We're in downtown Albany here. It's a beautiful. There, did you hear that with Indio?
Jack of all trades or master of one. Whether it be laying stone, doing art, all kinds of trades.
I mean, look at that up there, y'all. I was showing you that. And at the top, there would have been deities. Absolutely. On all four sides around there would have been a deity statue. And there would have been a huge deity statue up in there. You hear that, Darren? What time do you think we're in biblically?
I piss everybody off.
No,
I don't think we're in the little season.
What's
That's
that?
all I'm going to say is we're not in the little season.
So everybody asks about the little season quite a bit. I don't know. I don't know enough about any of it. Darren knows a lot about that stuff. That's why I'm referring to him on the Little Season. A lot of people have asked me about it, and I honestly haven't been down that rabbit hole, that deep dive.
Yeah, they're saying that we're past the 1,000 reign year too. I don't even think we're in the millennial reign yet. None of this would be here if we were. These are all Roman, Egyptian, pagan temples.
Roman, Egyptian, pagan.
Most of them were built by Solomon. Solomon had merchant in the 1600s. The timelines are all messed up. You can't even go off of a specific date. He gets tagged in my post and he won't reply. JC does.
Oh yeah, because Indios tries to talk to all these people about all this stuff and they won't reply.
The problem is I'll just, it collapses all here to everyone.
And he's willing to talk to anybody about it. That's the whole thing. So this is the United States courthouse here. It's a federal courthouse here in Albany.
The ship was called the Pear Broom or the St. Catherine. You can look it up right on Google. St. Catherine, Asher Levi, A-S-S-E-R. They changed his name from Asses, A-S-A, to Asher. With the Levi as his last name, that would be from the tribe of Levi.
Look at all the symbols up there. Wow. I'm gonna have to come back and take pictures of that.
So tell him to go live with me. JC, I got followers too. I'll go live with any of them.
Yeah, that's all. Indios will go live with whoever. He'll talk to him. And that's the thing. I'm not trying to be divisive about nothing. We're open to talking.
I think if two people have opposite points, at some point there has to be a common ground where we find the truth, right?
Yeah, no, Peaceful Warrior. Definitely check out Indios. And he talks about it. And he's going to show you examples of everything that he talks about. He's got the receipts for every single
I'll bring the receipts to anybody with any of this. I'll show you the receipts of my own family running these temples. People think that I'm going against everybody else in the Little Season. I'm showing you the stuff about my family.
These would have been open temples. Well, look, I mean, who was that up there? All buildings.
You see them Roman birds, right? That's an Anunnaki bird. That's the same bird that's on your coins. Your quarters, they're Anunnaki.
Suri, I go to Saratoga quite a bit. We filmed in Saratoga quite a bit. This castle is down around the corner here, but this is the court building, the federal court building. I've filmed this building before. There's another building we're going to see down here with huge columns on it, some big, huge open arches. I mean, it's incredible, but another gigantic federal building. And look at the gears turning down there, the gears. I always think about the gears of the firmament. I don't know why.
Anunnaki are the fallen angels. They're in every single culture. The Roman deities all descended from the sky. It's all the same, even in the Hopi prophecies and Native Americans over in Arizona. They're a worldwide race.
I went to the Brooklyn Group Museum just to show you the Assyrian, same thing, the Assyrian hieroglyphs. And all the stuff that was carved into crystal.
I can show you the Zoroastrian temple.
That's the heart at the top. So it looks like people building some stuff there. And there's stuff on the other side too. That looks like a plane. Lots of workers, all workers. All lots of workers. Where does who hide? Everything's hidden in plain sight. Everything's hidden in plain sight. Look at this castle. Y'all are gonna, this is wild, this castle. this place over here, okay? And then you guys don't even tell what I'm standing under right here. This thing is absolutely wild. What? This is a castle, y'all. This is a castle. This is a castle. Look behind us what we got going on here. This big giant dome behind us has a bunch of eagles on top of it. Big copper and gold dome. Broadway, formerly Handlar for Traders Court and Market Street. You see this thing? Opposite of the intersection of these streets to the old Dutch church, built 1656, rebuilt 1715, 1806. 1656 it's saying. Look at this. Come on now. Yo, share this out. Share this out, everybody, pretty please. This is a giant castle I've been wanting to show you. So much symbolism here. So much symbolism here. This thing is absolutely intense. Oh yes, wait till y'all see this one. Wait till y'all see this one. Yeah, this one's absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. And that's what we were just walking by right here. Okay, you can't see how big this dome is, but look all the eagles on top. And then you can see
Tartarians are from Asia. That's why they got the Asian temple right here too.
Whereabouts you at, Darren? You're overlooking at brick somewhere?
Yeah, well, there's a brick Asian temple right here, and the symbol of the mat.
So look at, I never seen this before. Clermont, near the foot of Madison Avenue, Robert Fulton in August 1807 completed the first successful steamboat voyage. The first successful steamboat voyage happened right here. That's pretty wild. That is pretty wild. So where's Darren? Darren's way up there. He's way up there.
Yeah, I'm right next to this temple right here. It's a Roman Greek. It has like a Zastronaian. I don't know how to say that word. Probably. It's one of their religions over there.
No, this is wild. Look at that thing up there. Yeah, no, in every classroom, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Mike, legal chains, bro. Yeah, well, so listen, this is why the Empire State, this is why I talk about the Empire State, the castles all along the Hudson. This is why I talk about this. This state was incredibly important for the creation of the United States of America Corporation, okay? For entertainment purposes only. All right, so what do we got here? So beavers. So this was all originally New Amsterdam, y'all. This was New Amsterdam. New Amsterdam. This was all settled by Dutch. That's why it's all Dutch here. Okay, so with the beaver pelts, all right, so all these beaver symbols, all the trade was on beavers. So that makes sense. The beaver pelt trade. And look, yeah, so many crests up around there. We got to get closer. All right, yeah, so, yeah, no, Rockefeller agendas, all the same. 1906, it's called the pharmaceutical studies that, you know, Rockefeller funded the pharmaceutical studies, the petroleum-based pharmaceutical studies. He also funded the unionization of public school. It's create the problem, have the solution for the problem, and be in control of the problem and the solution. That's exactly how it works. I mean, come on.
It was built in 1656, rebuilt in 1715, and then removed in 1806.
Look at this. More lions, bro. Darren, oh, is that a lion and a unicorn? A lion and a unicorn. Lion and a unicorn. Yo, what's the national symbol? What's the national animal of Scotland? The unicorn, right? The unicorn? So that's supposed to be a unicorn and a lion and a crown. I showed you that same exact thing in the city of Boston. City of Boston. Then we're going to talk about 1609. Furthermore, look at these open arches right here. What are you doing? Riding horses? Like something you ride a horse on, right? You might ride a horse on that. I mean, come on. And yeah, that thing over there. The crown and the lion is the empire. Yes. Mike Hunt 7787. What's not true? Bill Gates created computer viruses infecting computers, and then yeah, well, absolutely. No, that's the whole. That's what this is all about. They create the problem, they create the solution, and they can control the problem and the solution, and then they lie to us about it.
Where did you go?
We got to get around to the back. The back side of this has got all the dragons on it. But this date 1609 with a Templar cross, and then look at the Fleur de Lis. The Fleur de Lis, right? Do you know what that symbol is right there? The Fleur de Lis. That symbol, France. All right, and that goes back. Man, this is so wild. That Templar crossed across it. Henry Hudson, when he sailed 1609. I don't even know where Indio says. There he is. Man, this thing is incredible. Fleur de Lis. Yes, the Fleur de Lis. All over that crest right there. The Fleur de Lis. And the unicorn, and then up on top, there's another crest. I can't tell what's up there. That one. Those two things on each side used to have something too, I believe. Oh, right here, yeah, so like a deity. Ah, excellent. See that, Darren? Yeah, so there would have been a deity up here.
They put him in the Roman Catholic Church.
So just like, so you see it's a shelf. I got my, see? The shelf. Shelf. See what I'm saying? Tripod. That would have been a deity up here. There would have been a deity.
You got a little demon on the ledge down here.
Is there a demon down there?
Right on their heads.
So what's the corn represent? Look up where corn originated from. Where did corn come from?
Like a horn, like a devil horn. Oh, you're talking about corn in the chat.
Yeah, corn in the chat.
I wasn't reading the chat. But those
where did horses come from? Where did horses come from? What continent did horses come from? What continent did corn come from?
Right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
did they ask us where we're at? Didn't Solomon command demons to right?
Yeah, they talk about that.
So you got the tribe of Judah, the Judah lions, right? And then above the archway, you got the little demons with the horns on them.
Oh yeah, right there. There's literal demons right here. Okay. So look, I'm
got a lion next to it, which would have been the tribe of Judah.
So lion.
The tribe of Judah.
I wonder if I can see. Darren, can you see that demon from there?
Back it up some. No.
No. Trying to use my show the demon here. There he is. See it? Literal. Come on now. That's a demon. It's got horns. Come on. Come on. Look at that right there. And then right in the center of there, there's another spot for one of those deities. So see that? That section right here would have been another shelf for a deity. There's a demon right there.
Yes, corn is indigenous to only America. We had corn before all the Egyptians. All the hieroglyphs with the corn and bees in Egypt, they're all from America.
It's all from America. Right. Oh, it's pouring rain and Glens Falls. Did you come around the corner? Oh, that wind is wild. Those aren't gargoyles. Those aren't gargoyles. Gargoyles are dragons. That's a demon. That's a demon there. What is up there? That, what in the world is that thing? Yo, Darren, you see this? What is that thing, y'all? That's like part dragon, part human. Where? Whoa, what? And he's smoking a pipe or something. And then that says constant.
That's one of the door knockers again.
Dude, that's a giant door knocker, bro. Dude, that's a giant door knocker.
We were just down the street showing the door knockers. Who's knocking that?
Who's knocking that, bro? And you can see that would have deity right there. This whole empty spot. deity. You think that's a siren? There's a Templar cross. Oh, and then look at those. What's that? What's that? Can you see what that is?
That's it. Freemasonry. Next to it, you got the compass. They said it was a
Freemasonry.
sign. You got the anchor.
1556.
You got the anchor right there.
Oh, look, another fleur-de-lis, right? Fleur-de-lis. And then the anchor? Come on, dude. 1502. So this would have been a deity right here. Would have been a deity. Big knocker. And what else do we have over here? Look, there's a griffin.
That Trinity, that circle, that's the Tibetan Trakaya. That's from Asia. It's this.
Oh, Trinity in the center?
That's
Yeah.
the Tibetan Trakaya.
There you go. Tibetan. Right there. Tibetan. Wow. With a circle wrapped around the anchor. Yeah, there's so much stuff here. And we haven't even, wait till you guys gotta sit back. It's 2 o'clock.
And that's what
Oh, bro, there's an owl right there. Moloch, right there. Look.
there's another.
Oh, look at that. Owl. And whose face is that? That looks like Poseidon's face to me. Father Time, maybe. Neptune.
This says ABAR. There's another pagan dude up here.
Dude, that's another Freemason, I swear. Joe Strain, appreciate you. Please follow, send this out to everybody, get it shared. We're going to be here in Albany walking around for like another 45 minutes, so sharing this out helps us out in a big, big way. So what do we got? We got an elephant right here. Are we serious right now? All right, so we have a lion. Look at this elephant. Okay. 1437. Come on.
There you got another Freemason compass.
All right, so we got another fleur-de-lis, right? Fleur-de-lis. Elephant trunk is down. The elephant trunk is down. Elephant trunk is down. See it? Elephant trunk is down. And then we have more, right? That Freemason square. That's a different one right there. Templar crosses, and then you see that Christian cross, that 3-tiered Christian cross. And then the anchor with another snake or serpent around it. Whoa, get out of here. Come on, dude. Look at this. You guys want to see something wild? Here's a gargoyle for you. You're talking about gargoyles? Look at that thing. Come on, dude. Look at that. Come on. That thing's pretty big. So look, there's your Moloch. Whose face is that? A and B? Alpha Bravo? That looks like Neptune to me. So Moloch, Neptune. Glasses. Glasses in a book. Glasses in a book and a genie lamp. And a genie lamp up there.
You got all these copper peaks in the back that hold energy from the ether.
Wow. Look at the backside here. Come on, we can't even get all the way up there. This is wild. Okay, then we have what? 2 lions here. So that's a different. And that's got another fleur-de-lis right in the center of those 2 lions. Yeah, with hand tools, Mike. The Illuminati love the owls. They certainly do. And there's one there. I know on the backside there's like dragons or griffins over here too. All right, so this one right here, 1301. Is that what this is? 1501. All right. Look at that one, 1501 with that lion. Oh, they're definitely watching us on cameras. They watch. You know how many weird interactions I have on the daily? I get approached by so many people. Whoa, look at that. What is that? 1494. 1480? An eagle. But that's a different one. That's like a griffin, like raven looking thing. We can't get any further that way. Man, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Tell that thing a whole lot. Yeah, upside down crosses. Yeah. City of Albany, this castle. Yep, two deities are owl. Owl right there. And that thing, that knocker is wild. There would have been a deity right here. I just showed you this. Okay? Look at all these pagan faces. And that's the Tibetan, what's it called again?
Tibetan Trikaya. It's the Trinity for the Tibetans.
There you go. Building.
Trikaya. Trikaya.
And look at all the crust on top there. We didn't even look at those crusts. Those crusts are all different. I can't even see it, unfortunately. Those crusts are all... I mean, look at that, y'all. Look at that. No, it's all pagan, brother, for sure. Get out a magnet on the statues. If you look up the emblem of America, these buildings are there. Yeah, Jackie, hidden in plain sight. Everything is hidden in plain sight. That's what it's all about. There is a sign over here. I made videos about it over the winter. Established 1845. You see that? There's a lot of whaling and stuff. Everything coming up through the Hudson. The Hudson River is incredibly powerful for the creation of this country, this corporation. I mean, come on. Come on. Wild. So this Declaration of Independence
was first publicly read in Albany by the Order of Committee of Safety in front of City Hall. Then on this site, the memorial event was placed here by the citizens. So they brought the Declaration of Independence here at all other cities.
Sent us here to read these facts, but I don't think that's going to work. Too windy.
See this one? This one's all sanded down.
Yeah, Kevin, exactly. Horse and buggy. Horse and buggy. You have to drink some Kool-Aid? Dig up that asphalt. This needs to be exposed. Absolutely needs to be exposed. So this is, all right, so SUNY Plaza, Albany's Castle. I made a video about this. That castle that's not supposed to be a castle. The grand building before you is home of the headquarters of the State University of New York. This is the headquarters for SUNY, State University of New York. Colleges across the entire state, okay? Founded in 1948, SUNY is the largest comprehensive system of public higher education in the United States. Largest comprehensive system of public higher education in the United States. Among the system's 64 schools, there is a diverse array of institutions, including research universities, community colleges, liberal arts and technical colleges, and health science centers. SUNY took stewardship of this landmark building, originally built as the headquarters for the Delaware and Hudson Railroad and the Albany Evening Journey newspaper in the 1970s. So this was completed in what? 1914 and 1918. Look at this. But this, SUNY's plaza design was inspired by the Cloth Guild Hall in Ypres, Belgium, completed in the year 1304. Come on now. So this matches the building in Belgium, completed in 1304. 1304, you hear that?
And stuff. Yup.
Absolutely. Through this Flemish Gothic-style building appears to be centuries old. It was constructed between 1914 and 1918. In fact, there are generations of buildings on the site dating back to the Albany settlement of the Dutch in the mid-1600s. Come on, get out of here. So this is the Half Moon. This is what the boat would have been that Henry Hudson sailed, okay? Raising 220 feet in the air, the copper ship is nearly 7 feet long and 9 feet tall. That's that ship all the way up on top here, okay? This replica ship that's at the top of that, okay? rising 225 feet in the air. So that's 225 feet tall, y'all. That's 225 tall. And that ship is nearly 7 feet long and 9 feet tall, designed by the building's architect Marcus T. Reynolds, and was been atop the tower since 1915. Soon restored it in the 70s. An inscription on the ship reads, "Within a few yards of the species, Hendrik Hudson on September 22nd, 1609, terminated his voyage of discovery." So there you go. SUNY Plaza is adorned with a wealth of design features that pay homage to Albany's long history. 1914-18. 1914-1918.
No, I was just listening to Lance.
The original intent was the head to be placed in a visible position at there. Teddy Roosevelt had a falling out with Albany political boss Billy Barnes. The bust was moved to a less prominent place. It was restored. This photo was taken in 1998. So that was Teddy Roosevelt? I don't know where that was. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know.
Oh, there's a triangle antenna on top of the church all the way up at the top where we were near the state education building. It's an inverted triangle instead of a cross. It's like literally a TV antenna.
You want to go
right on the peak? It's kind of a far walk.
Well, we got to walk back up now. Capital City. For 20 years after the establishment of the state of New York in 1777, the state legislature moved annually among New York City, Poughkeepsie, Kingston, and Albany for its meeting. As the upstate population grew, its elected representatives lobbied to establish a permanent state capital in the central location. On January 3rd, 1797, the new state legislature convened at the old Albany City Hall, Stadthuis, where they had met periodically during and after the Revolutionary War. March 10, 1797, a bill calling for the erection of a state office building in the city of Albany passed both houses of the legislature. The new state law also established the offices of the Secretary of State, Clerk of the Supreme Court, and Comptroller and Treasury in Albany. Very interesting. 1797 to 1809. Erected in 1741. Wow. See what we got watching now. All right. I'm going to start walking back up the hill here. Just a little fast. On the northeast corner of Broadway, then Court Street and Hudson, the Spanish Street, stood the Second City Hall, erected in 1705, in which the famous Congress of 1754 met and prepared a union of the several colonies for mutual defense and security. The southeast gate of the city stood in front of the south of the City Hall. On this ground was the house where lived Peter Schuyler I, and for 8 successive years, mayor of Albany. Schuyler, Darren and I were just on Schuyler Flats yesterday. Adirondack Life, I appreciate you. Jackie, thank you so very much. Sirius, Amun Ra, I appreciate you. You've been studying? That's good. How many generations of misinformation does it take to wipe out the past? Not that many, all right? We've seen the changes that have occurred in our short lifetimes. Everything has changed exponentially since I was born. I mean, look at our children now. My teenage son is 15 years old. And some of the stuff that they try to teach now, like, listen, it don't take that long, all right, to brainwash people. Oh, yeah, our generation is here to change the future. And thank you very much. No, we Darren and I have been talking about it.
Yeah, I might go in that store and get a drink.
What's that? I mean, that thing is wild. We appreciate all the support. Beautiful full road structure, that's for sure. There's all sorts of stuff up here. That's the Capitol up there. That's the Capitol. We started up at the Capitol. Thank you for all the shares. We really appreciate all the support. It helps in a big way. It especially helps if you watch my videos and Indios' videos. If you watch them all the way through, it helps exponentially. Share, like them, all that good stuff. Oh, we'll get out of the sun here for a second. Woo! Downtown Albany. Another cross there. Wow. More pillars.
Woo! We'll walk on this side of the street.
Oh, this is another one of these banks. Thank you for all the follows, all the love. Wow. There's one of these banks here I stopped and looked at. Oh, I think it's this one right here with the red lights outside of it. Yeah, old World Order. Albany. Case, owned by another bank. But this one up here is wild. But look at that. So this is old world brick. And then look at all the way up top there, y'all. Come on now. Come on, and those are blue lights. So there's 1, 2, 3 blue lamps. I can't tell what else is up there. Yeah, Cirrus Almond. Yeah, we talk about the orphan trains, Cabbage Patch Kids, and the resettlements, all that stuff. Wow. So our Indios is here. This look at the pineapple. The pineapple. Yeah, pineapple. What do we got for Roman? Tell me this ain't a Nephilim. Tell me this ain't a Nephilim door, bro. I'm gonna show y'all. Oop. What size is this thing? Woo! Phone fell. I know, they made a mockery. Absolutely, they mock us all the time. Just like when it...
It says your live's paused.
Oh, it did? Is it good now? All good? So there was some dates here, okay? Erected, MCM. I know I'm not the best on Roman numerals here, I'll be honest with you, but look at the copper coming off of this. So wait a second here. There's copper coming out of the columns. Those look like glass. Those are like porcelain studs over there. Those are porcelain. Those are porcelain. Porcelain, okay? Porcelain and brass. Wow. Same copper stamped letters at the top. What do y'all think of this pineapple thing? What do you think of the pineapple? What do you think of the copper? Another one of these doors. All marble, all granite, all marble. There's all sorts of stuff going on over here. Look at this little house.
There's a little Tibetan dude in there.
Oh, the Vatican definitely has a lot of these same symbols. The Pope has pineapples on his robe. I know it means something. Oh yeah, pineapples. Pineapples. Look at this. This was all filled in. So this was all filled in here. The Kinney and Woodward building. This would have been all open. Look at that. What we got up there? This would have been all open. Historic State Street. What do we got for facts over here? We got facts. Spanish established St. Augustine, 1580-65. English established Roanoke. Know anything about Roanoke? Roanoke is very suspicious. Mysteriously vanished, 1587. The lost colony. You want more images of that brass door? There's all sorts of brass doors everywhere. All right, Cirrus, what y'all don't understand is fruit is life, and you pay for it, and it's free. Cirrus, I'd really appreciate it if you went and watched some of my videos, please. Stop saying what we don't understand. It's about overstanding and understanding. We're not understanding anybody. We're not standing under anybody. We work together. There's nothing about us understanding. We're not standing under anybody. You get what I'm saying? We understand and we overstand, but we don't understand. Let's say. Oh, here we go. the site of the oldest building in Albany, built in 1667. Hey guy. Birthplace of General Philip Schuyler and Elizabeth, his daughter, wife of Alexander Hamilton. Come on. Adjoining on the west was the famous Lewis Tavern, South Pearl Street, formerly Washington Street, but was 12 feet wide, having a gate at this place. Original building demolished in 1888. You see that 1888. 1888 for erection of Albany County Savings Bank building. Present building constructed in 1938. Yep. So masked mentor, that's the whole thing, is that we all have keys to the puzzle, and we're all coming together and we have keys for each other. So numerology is huge, Zah. Numerology is absolutely huge. Romeo could be referring to a number. Romeo America, right on, brother. Gail, yes, we have to say positive in a negative world. But this thing, I mean, and there's huge pillars up there, right? This old world brick. I mean, you shall deities at the top again. And this other bank. Peace and love to you. Amy Sue, thank you so much. I don't know what the address is. This is the M&T Bank in the city of Albany, New York.
That's 69 State Street. That's the Temple of Baal.
What is that?
Temple of Baal, like how there's Moloch balls and other ones. That's why there's the two balls right on each side of that door. This was in one of my first videos.
Holy cow.
And I see the temple columns at the top.
Yeah, no, I saw those.
Inside of this building is gorgeous. You might be able to go around the street and see inside of it.
Really want to walk over? Alright. Gotcha. Down there, that big huge castle.
It's better a subway than a pizza shop. Everybody knows what that means.
Come on, look at the top here. Are you serious? What do we got going on? On top of this pizza shop here.
I don't know, the whole city of Albany is doing that now. They ruined the whole city. I don't even vote.
Philip Hooker Architecture. Who do we know? Do we know Philip Hooker?
This is the oldest bank in the city and the oldest building erected used as a banking house in the United States.
Wow. Red brick Art Deco. Repaired structures. That makes sense. Chartered, and this building erected in 1803, the oldest bank in the city, and the oldest building erected for it, continuously used as a banking house in the United States. Oldest place continuously used as a banking house in the entire United States. The entire United States is right here in Albany. The Empire State. I bring this up all the time. The Empire State of the Kingdom, right? The Empire State. Look, there's that bank that we were just over there looking at. Look at how ridiculous that looks. That's all like stamped copper.
Inside there or not.
Can you see in there?
The inside of this bank is gorgeous.
Well, here, I might be able to see with my... Can anybody see anything? Oh, wow. Can you see in there at all? Can you see anything, Darren? I'm going to put my phone up to the window. You guys see anything in there?
Oh, look, there's demons up on that one, too. Those aren't gargoyles, those are demons.
Oh, yeah, they are. Horns. Legit horns. All right, so this structure, this is that bank, M&T Bank, right? And this was that other bank we were checking out with those huge columns, that Nephilim door. Yeah, all right, is it better now? It was all dark for a second. Those are more horned figures up there. You can see the horns on them. You can see the horns. Look at the horns.
If you look, that architecture matches the castle.
Yep.
So whoever built that castle built this.
Wow, dude. Look at that. All right, so what was this supposed to be? James Street, Middle Lane, formerly Middle Lane. I got to walk over here. Where is this place?
Yes, all the tribes took the central bank. That's how all this started.
There you go. On this corner stood the house occupied by and wherein died Yankee Bulgaria, 1663, the former owner of Trinity Church property, New York. Bicentennial tablet, 1886, y'all. 1886 we're talking about, 1663. So 250 years later.
My phone's about to die. I'm about to get off.
Phone's about to, all right, let me disconnect you. I'm going to disconnect Indios.
I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, so we're still here. James Street, 1886 this is put on. Home Savings Bank. What is this one down here? Darren, what's this one, bro? And this is the one that's got those blue, look at the blue lights all the way at the top. Can you see those blue, that's blue glass. Blue glass. Come on, and this has got, okay. So I've seen this same kind of architecture in the city of Boston. These tentacles here look like the Kraken. Check this out. Check this out. Tell me that don't look like the Kraken. Kraken tentacles. And that goes all the way up there. And then there's that blue, those blue lights. Blue lights. Yeah, the spirits come alive at night. I mean, look at this. Feels like it's gonna rain. Night depository. Night depository. Oh, that's, all right, so this used to open. That's a night deposit box. So this used to be, this was a bank too, for sure. Lots of banks here in Albany. Lots of banks. Follow the money. We talk about elves, right? Elves, like in Bright, elves control the money. Lots of elves around here. Lots of elves. Serious storms. Look, right down in there, deep again. Corporate facilities. Serious storms, alerted for serious storms. So you've seen it. The original bank building erected 1803, Philip Hooker architecture was entirely removed except the State Street wall, which was moved intact to its present location as the main portal of this building, erected 1927. Henry Ives Cobb architect. So this wall was moved, a portal. When I show the architecture, would you mind focusing in on it a little longer? What part of it are you looking for? What part do you want me to focus on more for you? That's a huge Nephilim door over there. Wow. Look at that. That is incredible. Police. So we started up there, right? Yeah, more buildings with domes on the top. All sorts of them. All sorts of them. That's the New York State Capitol up there. I know it's windy. Just slower so we can... All right, what detail you want to see on here? This is the building I want to see up here. So there would have been deities all up through the top there. I think it's best if we... from this way. Oh, what is that one over there, bro? Oh, this is the back side of that same. All right, I'm gonna show you. So the Kraken thing. Here's the other side of that same building. All right, it's that same building. Wow, those tentacles. Look at that. It reminds me of like Kraken tentacles. Oh, look at this. All right. Founded 1871 of the city of Albany. Erected 1927. The Laurel Crown.
All the different cultures that took the central bank.
Wow, dude. So
you got the conquistadors, Native Americans, the Aztecs, all kinds of.
Yeah, look at this. So who took the central bank, right? Conquistador? Native? Englishman? Who's up there? And then we got more over on this side. Maybe Spanish looking? Native chief? English aristocrats? The proof is in the pudding, Gail. You are absolutely right, my deal. The proof is in the pudding. Look at the size of this door. This door is 40 feet tall, 30 feet tall. But these tentacles, I mean, they look like tentacles to me. A lot of these look like tentacles to me. And if you look back, a lot of this stuff is like Neptune, Poseidon, Greek, Roman, pagan. The Bowery Boys? You talking about the Gangs of New York kind of thing? Bowery Boys? Jedi, yeah, oh yeah, this is all over. I mean, look at this. This is absolutely wild. Old school brick. All right. So we're gonna make our way up to that. What time is it? 2:30. Keep making the way to the truck, bro. 2:30. How far is that drive from here? Sea urchins. Sea urchins. Good call. Sea urchins. Sea urchins. Superman. Yeah, no, we talk about civilizations being built upon civilizations. All these cities are built upon cities. City of Albany is built upon cities. I've been to New York City. I was just down in Brooklyn and Long Island a couple days ago. All right, more of the tribe of Judah. Okay, there's a lion, there's a lion. There's a lion, there's a lion. 30? So we'll just keep walking up to the truck then. Outstanding historical significance. The city of Albany is home to 6 national historic landmarks and more than 4,000 properties listed on the New York State National Register of Historic Places. What do we got here? James Hall Laboratory. Father Paleontology and first director of the New York State Museum. Schuyler Mansion, that was here. The USS Slater. Fort Orange archaeological site, built by Dutch in 1624. Fort Orange was the first permanent European settlement in New York State. Fort Orange, Albany. St. Peter's and the New York State Capitol, built between 1867 and 1899. $25 million. 111 people watching as I said that. Oh yeah, no, definitely. There's airship docking all over. Man, look at this one. So I know the wind's bad, but there would have been deities up there, okay? There would have been a deity statue standing there. There would have been a statue up there, same thing on that side and that side. Statues all the way around. That says 1868. It's hard to see. I love y'all and I appreciate all the love, all the support. But there's more tunnels. More tunnels down here. They go way down underneath the city. It all goes down. Like, right? You'd say tribe of Judah, more lions. So look, lion. So look, lion. 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 Roman eagle at the top. Roman eagles. Just moved out of upstate Berlin. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's the New York State Capitol right here. New York State Capitol. Of course, they got a fence around it because we can't. They don't want us walking around. They don't want us snooping. Can't be snooping out here. And look at that up there. Oh, what? You guys couldn't see me or something? Oh, what? I lose you? I apologize. I apologize. Was I lost for a second? Oh, I'm feeling some rain, bro. Feeling some rain. Sorry, did I lose y'all for a second? That's the New York State Capitol. Froze for a couple minutes, I'm sorry. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us while we were frozen. That means a lot. It definitely feels like it's gonna rain. So that big building down there, definitely raining. Definitely raining a little bit. Trying to get back up to the truck here. So that is the Capitol. Thank you so much, Amy Sue. I appreciate all the help and all y'all's support. Thank you so very much. So there's one of those buildings we explored. Up next to it is that building that has all the fastest around it. All the fastest, the bundle of sticks with the axe coming out of it. This is the New York State Education Building. That is straight out of the Roman Empire right there. And if you haven't noticed, right, we talk about money. Look at that sign. Birthplace of modern electricity right here. Birthplace of modern electricity. Birthplace of modern electricity right here. See that? Birthplace of modern electricity. General Electric. General Electric. Woo! We got our steps in today, Darren. We got our steps in today. I used 75% of my battery. Look at that thing up there. I didn't even notice that. Another dome. I mean, I walked up. Those doors up there, those doors are 15, 16 feet tall at least. This is the New York State Capitol in Albany, New York. Wild. $66,600 hearts. Really?
I just shut it off. I was like, I don't even know how to work this.
KP, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Appreciate you so incredibly much. So this is the New York State Capitol here. New York State Capitol in Albany. But yeah, I saw the bison in there earlier. There's literally deities and faces, pagan faces everywhere. That's the... I mean, this place is... Huh? What's that? Capitol. Capitol. Birthplace of the criminal codes is modern. Oh, okay. Punisher Q. If you can, would love to see you. The UCC building. All right. The UCC building. All right. Yeah, where's Kathy? I don't know where Kathy is. Kathy's MIA. Clueless. So I was showing some of y'all this so far. There's a bunch of pagan faces. There's one. There's another one. Completely different face with a beard, right? Crests. Then you have checker pattern, right? Checker pattern? Where's the checker pattern go to? Checker pattern. Sorry, Adirondack Life. It got frozen there for a second. Look. Face. And a different face. Giant columns. Look at this one. This one ain't got no nose. And a helmet on. That one's literally wearing a helmet and has no nose. I didn't notice that one before, bro. That one's got no nose. They knocked the nose off that one purposefully. They knocked the nose off this one. In the Brooklyn Museum, bro, there's all sorts of stuff. Just like this, look. A pearl necklace. Come on, Freemason for sure. That's got a helmet on and is missing a nose. They knocked the nose off of so much stuff. That's the New York State Education Building right here. Gigantic Corinthian columns. That's the Queen. Oh yeah, no, they did it. So many of them. I just showed when I was in the Brooklyn Museum. There's all sorts of stuff. Egyptian, Assyrian. They knocked the nose off on a lot of them. Oh yeah. So this used to be the State Museum, okay? The New York State Education Building. The museum now has a bunch of Egyptian artifacts in it. That's right down the road from here. I mean, that place, the noses were ground off by ice. Oh, look, there's more of those. So look, more deities would have been right here. Though that's another like stand right there. Bam and bam. See it right there. This is the backside of the New York State Capitol. They're celebrating something. She must have graduated college. Maybe she got a doctorate and became indoctrinated. A Masonic degree. That's a Masonic degree, getting indoctrinated for all y'all that got those college degrees. I have a high school diploma. No shame in that. Wow. Hey, window guy, love you, appreciate you so incredibly much. I'm about to hop off myself here. We've been live for a couple hours. The size of these gigantic Corinthian columns here. All right, so you can see there's a couple beautiful young women over there. Look at the size of those columns. I mean, those columns are literally 8 feet across. Very relevant. Brand new here, but I was saying, just moved out of Berlin and would go to Troy all the time and say that about the building. So I filmed quite a bit in Troy. Indios films quite a bit in Troy. What's also wild about this, right? And y'all been following me for a few months. General Washington traveled this road on his tours of the Mohawk Valley in 1782 and 1783. I talk about this quite often, right? George Washington coming through here, the Great War Trail. Look at that. Oh, the birdies. What is that place over there? St. Lawrence, Schenectady, Kings West. Yo, what's that one? All right, we're gonna check out this last one right here. This is where the antenna is? Perfect. All right, we're gonna check out this last one here. So this is a Capitol building. Very relevant. Well, thank you very much. Indio and I both appreciate the support very much. Thank you. So this place looks a little wild. I apologize for the wind and the mic here. Whoa, yeah, look at that. That's all copper. All copper down there, but then look at this. What I'm gonna do, yo, Indios. Wow. Punisher HQ, different levels in the secret societies, yes. This place is giant, so there would have been a deity statue there, Look at this, St. Lawrence. All right, so in this crest, we got a lot of stuff going on here. There's a lot of stuff going on. Same thing with this crest over here. Even more going on detail. There's a harp. Lots of crosses. Yo, 1313 Shamrock, I love you, brother. Thank you very much. Thank you, brother. New York State Office Building. Orange, Suffolk, Queen, Kings, Westchester, Albany, Richmond, Ulster. I mean, this is the arms of the state of New York adopted AD. That AD up there is wild looking. Adopted AD. The arms of the state of New York. Man. Big old Nephilim door here. Laurel wreath. Gold and black. Gold and black. Gold and black, huh? Barbarinis. Ever heard of the Barbarinis? What about the jester we got down here, huh? What's this? What does that look like to you? Does it? That looks like ram's horns, don't it? Ram's horns? Who is this dude? State Plaza is another repeat of the same recovery we built. We'll definitely check out the State Plaza for sure. And what was down here? Listen, there was something right here. I don't care what anybody says. There's something right there. Come on. Look at this. Look at that one up there. Look, you think of your glitch. Yeah, Elvis there. Almost looked like a jester, but there would have, man. It's got some Zeus vibes, the Celtic Cross vibe. Yeah, Celtic Cross vibe. We got this. We got Washington. Oh, with a bundle of sticks, but there's no fastest in it. In his faith, God and man, he built our nation, erected in 1932 by this New York State Commission for the celebration of the 200th anniversary of the birth of George Washington, honorably Franklin D. Roosevelt, governor. This is why. All right. George Washington, do you see that? The bundle of sticks. The bundle of sticks. Okay? But there's no axe at the top. The axe in the top is the symbol for the fascists, right? The fascists, which is the symbol for fascism. So that doesn't have the axe coming out. But what does this have? What is this right here, Darren? What's this? Can anybody else tell what this thing is? Right here? I can't tell what that is. See, the wind's picking up a little bit. It's like rain. But I can't really tell. That's the bundle of sticks. I can't tell what that is. Alright. Well, there it is. Look at that Amazon smile right there. You see that Amazon smile? Look at that Amazon smile. Amazon smiles all over the place. Just like the Freemason handshake, you know what I mean? So, New York State Education Building. This is the New York State Capitol. Capitol building of the Empire State. The Empire State. A to Z. Alrighty, y'all. Well, with that being said, let's look at the analytics here. We have been live for 2 hours and 40 minutes. We had 8,500 viewers. 8,500 viewers. And our estimated rewards from this live are $5.67. 567. We almost gained 200 followers from this live. Almost gained 200 followers from this live. So I appreciate all the support in a big way. Bundle of sticks. I'm going to say bundle of sticks. That's what I see as the representation of the fascists. The symbol for fascism. Bundle of sticks. Assume their positions. Exactly. Exactly. So listen, y'all. I am Lance from Upstate. I appreciate y'all. You know, Darren, that's Indios369. Till next time, we'll be live with you again very, very soon. We appreciate y'all so incredibly much. Please, please. Adirondack Life. I understand. I will definitely dig into that. I'm picking up what you're putting down about the giant bones. Giant bones and giant blood. We're using a lot of things. Nephilim. But, Bill, thank you very much. Amy Sue, thank you very much. I appreciate you all so incredibly much. I'm going to log off now, but you'll catch us later. I appreciate you all. Thank you, thank you. Stay